Christos. Dieta Lespetina, Kazan Vedep, Siaskan and Tatia.
Branias! Latum naze!
I feel that Dracula is very sacramental, and Dracula, in an odd way, is kind of like Christ-like, and it's about the sacrament, and it's about also God's ultimate responsibility and pledge to us, as well as ours to God's, because God is an element in the story. And the whole question of evil, God plays a role.
The
idea was to portray Dracula finally as a charismatic, tragic hero that he really was, not just another blood-sucking monster that we had to do away with. This was a man who lost his soul.
And action camera. Blood!
Oh, God. I have tried to play him as rather like Raphael, like a fallen angel, so that there's always that good and bad paralleling one another. Makes it more interesting.
Winona? Winona? Are you okay? Winona?
Struck him. Now that's method.
You know how it is when you're a kid, sometimes you have a personal connection with like a favorite movie or a fairy tale or you know, whatever it is. It's something that it was sort of, you thought it was yours. I remember as a kid, you know, loving horror films, and in particular Dracula. And I remember going to the Encyclopedia Britannica as a kid and looked up Dracula and went and saw Vlad the Impaler, and I was like just thrilled to think that it was really a guy.
I agreed with everybody that would say, why another Dracula? I had grown up on the Hammer films, the English Hammer films, Roger Corman movies. I had seen Billy the Kid versus Dracula at the drive-in. To me, Dracula was just this sort of exploitation, blood-sucking monster who wasn't very attractive. And then in 1977, I read the novel. Because to me, Dracula was an epic, sweeping, gothic romance on a scale we had never seen before. The other reason to do Dracula was to bring, for the first time, into the Stoker story, the true historical Dracula that was a national hero, that was a knight sworn to protect the cross of Christ in the church in the 15th century.
The
spider spinning his web for the unwary fly. The blood is the life, Mr. Renfield.
Soy Drácula. No podía usted ser más oportuno.
There were so many of them, but no one ever did the book. And I knew what the book was because I read the book. And I could see that in most of the scenes, Harker is called Renfield, and Lucy is the one in love, but she's married to Harker. And they just totally played havoc with Stoker's novel, you know, just to suit whatever God knows the reason was.
You see, take a moment to see. You see her temple. Stewart hurries forward to do the tools.
All of the characters in our movie are like in their personalities and in their function, like the characters in the book, including many characters that are often cut out, such as Quincy, an American Texas young cattle aristocrat. And so there's a very unusual character of an American as seen from the 1890s point of view. And really, Dr. Seward was never portrayed as the brilliant, because, you know, most of the book are Dr. Seward's scientific dictations.
Francis has locked into the obsessive nature of all these characters so that they're flip sides of the same thing. An unrequited love and lust and all the obsessive nature of that, of what it does to you.
And I bid you welcome, Mr. Harker, to my house.
He's the bogeyman, he's the shadow.
Come.
He represents a part of ourselves, I suppose. And there's something very erotic about that. Very sexual.
Ready? Action!
I love him! I mean, I love the book, and then in the script with the love story between Mina and Dracula, it's really romantic, and I had to kind of start feeling like how Lucy felt, that complete obsession and wanting to be controlled.
Yeah, I mean, she's just, they're two young women in this kind of moment of moody change, too, you know, so that I want to, you know, emphasize less Lucy the tart and more Lucy the soul, and their real connection, what's happening. Action!
I love him, Mina. It's so wonderful to say it. I love him, and I've said yes.
Lucy, finally, don't tell me. It's the Texan with the big
No, to my dear number 3, Lord Arthur Homewood. Lord and Lady Homewood.
Thunder. Run away in, run into it. Right?
Thunder.
Okay, now lightning.
Come out further! Come out further! Oh, I feel so, they're so free, you're so free.
There was a lot of sexual repression in those days, and you see Lucy kind of as this more of this free spirit and much more playful. You see Mina as maybe wanting to do that, but feeling, no, that's not right. You know, trying to be the dutiful fiance. And when she meets Dracula, that's kind of unleashed in a way.
I give you life eternal. Everlasting love.
As dark as the character is, Gary has brought a compassion to it and a tenderness to it that people haven't seen in Dracula's character before. My heart breaks, you know, for him. You know, he's cursed. I get to die and go whichever way I'm going. He has to live forever.
Ready, and action! Oh. Cut. Cut. Anyone killed?
If I do it like this time and I miss, you can shoot me.
Okay, cut. Good. Okay, he needs 10 minutes, so... Yeah, so take that, and she's gonna look like Ophelia, right? Seaweed, you know, they fished her out.
You end up on
The Drowned Princess.
Stand by.
Ready? Here we go. Drown. Tragically.
Margaret.
And ready? Take your breath. And die. Get that. Action. Drown. His beloved wife, or wife-to-be, literally, like Romeo and Juliet, commits suicide. And then the priests tell him that she's damned because she took her own life. That's all like a fairy tale, and how many of us people today renounce our blood tie to the creation, to the creative spirit or whatever it is, and become Draculas, become living dead, become soulless.
As just the fact that he's coming. Yeah.
Can I have a Polaroid taken with you? My scrapbook.
Yeah.
The cast was brought up to Napa Valley for a week to work on it, and Francis throws it out. He throws it out. He just takes the material and throws it out.
He brought us all together as an ensemble, as a team, like you would in a play. You know, that's you very rarely have rehearsal in movies, and It's a luxury to have that time.
First gain is ours, check to the king.
And not to take her eyes off her till we returned, and then beckon me out of the room.
We read the entire book together, the entire novel. They couldn't believe it, some of them. All actors go through a whole experience in which then finally it breaks for them and they become the character. And they all do it. Some much later than others, some when you're halfway through the movie. But each one of them has a little, sometimes just a dumb secret, a simple little experience so that they overcome. And then on the other side of that, they're home free as far as their characters. And of course, I always try to have them have that experience as early during the shooting as possible. And so I like to be with them. And, you know, I was a drama counselor with little kids. So, you know, it's a beautiful place in the country and they come and a lot of them lived in my house like my kids, you know, used to do.
Yeah, it's real, but acted as though you were silent film acting. In other words, in some of it, it was kind of making fun of that kind of. I'm saying play it for real as though we really were making the movie, except to express what the situation is through your pantomime.
He gives you props, he gives you, you know, bits and pieces of things, books to read, films to watch if you want. He's got a big library up in Napa of books on occultism and mysticism and so on and so forth. So you've got all that material to work on. And there isn't much talk, it's mostly action, you know, improvisation, playing games.
I remember feeling stupid. I was at times full of exhilaration. We did these weird things, tossing sounds to each other.
I go, bah, like that. And I take that and say, doing, doing, and then you pass it around. So you just have to be very alert. It doesn't allow you to think and indulge in what you're going to talk about or what you think this character is going to be doing. You just have to react. And I go, zoop, zing, there, whoa,
woo, doing,
and it's like the most ridiculous thing in the world. But I guess, teaches you to listen, and it breaks the ice. You're not, you know, you no longer feel so stupid talking to Tony Hopkins about, you know, an acting choice after you've thrown a stupid noise at him, you know.
Scene 11, page 47.
Page 47.
Nina's running through the garden, a letter in her hand, her excitement building.
It's 48. Right?
47.
47.
Do I have a different script?
46, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
The bottom.
I cannot read.
This is 48.
This is on the other side.
Have I got the wrong script?
Everything was very wobbly. Didn't seem to be any foundation. And, you know, I come from British culture, you know, where everything is very disciplined and laid down and foundation, and you go in and you learn your lines and all that boring stuff. And you know, you get tired of that system of work. So it was interesting working with Francis because everything was uncertain. You never knew from day to day what the scenes were going to be because pages would suddenly vanish from the script and then you get new rewrites.
See the idea that I'm trying to have a memorable moment between Lucy and here are two big characters meeting for the first time.
After we read the book, I said, if anyone can see something from the book that's not in the script that you think it ought to be, please send it to me and we'll put out a script that has it all in. So they all did. And of course, they all made their parts 3 times bigger. And we put out the script and there it was.
Lucy? Oh.
Abraham Van Helsing, charmant.
Dr. Van Helsing.
You'll be the beautiful Madame Mina, dear friend to our Lucy, yes.
Working at night, I go home and I look at the script, I stare at the page, I go over and over, and suddenly these ideas come. And I said to my, next day we started rehearsing, I said, you know, I'd like to dance with her. He said, why? I said, I don't know, I'd just like to take her and I'd smell her face because I know she's been with Dracula.
Let's stop the presses.
And we don't have to change it. We don't have to print it out.
No, but we should. You know, when you have all these scenes, every time we pin it down, it's another nail out of my coffin.
We did it, and he said, that's it. That's great. And then they rewrote the script, that scene.
Young lovers! Hey, Nelson.
Go now to your friend.
Hey, cut. What do you think?
Baby!
Michael, what about getting like a close shot of Van Helsing when he breaks the dance? You know what I mean? When he says there are many...
That's what it's about, isn't it? That's what's exciting about it, because you just do it. You're forced onto your inner reserves and you find new ideas.
I remember that day. Remember that day? What did we have for dinner?
Let's try another rehearsal, please.
God help us. Dr. Van Helsing is loose. What a loony.
Because when you get to the set, it's all there for you. And then it all fuses together. And then it proves to you that the rehearsal was worth it.
The darkness is in life, my child. And there are lights. You're one of the lights. The light of all light. Go now, see your friend.
Cut. Good. Once again.
He's like a chef, I guess. He mixes it all up, and then out comes the scene. It's been the most interesting film I've ever been on.
Oh, look at the feet. You should try these on right now to see how they fit. In case Have you got a 9.5? Very comfortable. Stand. Much better.
How many looks do I have? I'm the old Dracula. The old demonic Dracula. The young wolfen Dracula. I'm a bat. I come in the shape of a mist. I turn into rats. I have this look with the beard. I'm the young romantic Dracula. The sword play. Romanian.
Very good.
Endless fillings. It's the most exhausting thing I've ever had to do. Physically.
That's good, Gary. A lot of stimulating stuff to think about.
Our script was filled with requirements, contact lenses and prosthetics and weird makeup and blood tubes and special effects and wolves and insects. And when you're trying to get the shot and you say, well, the wolf isn't doing what you asked it to do, or the contacts have irritated her eyes and she can't put it in, that the director is, you know, a nervous wreck. First, you go through incredible anxiety, hoping you have a good idea. And then second, you go through the same anxiety, hoping that you can get it, that this time that you can shoot it now that you have this great idea, if only I could get it, you know.
Okay, let's shoot this. Stringy.
What's happening, boss?
I always had the idea that when you were in the presence of a vampire, the laws of physics were not exactly the same.
All right, stand by for rehearsal.
The Earth wasn't rotating at exactly that speed, you know, that somehow you were touching another realm, and all the rules of physics would be off.
Good. All right, so the way we're really going to do this is that the wardrobe is going to trail the train without Dracula.
I can't honestly say, you know, that it's all been roses. We never saw eye to eye on certain things, and that's good. I think that's good. I mean, he's challenged me by giving me the role, and I've tried to do it as the best I could, you know.
And action.
The most remarkable is Carfax Estate. The house there is quite large, and more periods back, I should say, to medieval times.
A house cannot be made habitable in a day. And how few days go to make up a century.
Cut. To live in a new house would kill me.
Coming into and go. Would kill me.
Yeah, that's it.
If you could give me a position, as it were.
Your entrance position is where you come right in, where you were coming in. You know, right? You come in right.
Where's just at the top of the stairs?
You're as equally below him as you were above him. This is not it. Cut. Cut. There's nothing like what we're doing. You saying the line?
No, because
the only way to do it is to say the lines, because then you know that when you're at that line, to live in a new house would kill me. I don't know what you're waiting for, because we can't kill you. You're the one doing
No, I'm waiting for Keanu.
To-
What I'm doing is waiting for Keanu, because I can stop.
What are you waiting for Keanu for? Keanu never does anything. You just walk right out of the thing. Action! No. What was that? To live into a new house would kill me, and then you come through. Okay? It's just that one line I'm going for.
I know you are. I know you are. I know you are.
Why isn't it I can't do it?
No, all I'm saying is that where Keanu was starting, and that time I did the whole speech.
I know, that's the problem.
All I need is a mark, even if it's a white chalk mark on the step.
There isn't such a mark. It goes by the line.
Yes, but then I can enter. Francis.
I get a little overzealous, and I want my way too. Sometimes.
I am a descendant from an old family. And to live in a new house.
No, you're in too early, Jack.
Okay.
Mark that.
I really wanted an actor. You know, I think Dracula is an actor. You know, the devil is an actor, because there is no such thing as evil. There is no devil. You need an actor to impersonate the devil.
Okay, this is it. This is it, Anthony Hopkins. This time you go too far. This time you go over the end, into the evil. Action.
You tortured and impaled thousands of people.
I served the cross in vain. I was betrayed. Look what your God has done to me.
Your war with God is over. You must pay for your crimes.
Now, which come?
I gotta go. I don't know.
Because they both came at the same time. Then.
Right, I think what happens.
What do you do when they do a take and it seems pretty good, but you feel there's more emotion, more feeling that you could do? And so what do you tell them, Aaron? Okay, next take. And so,
Okay. I'd like to do a little improv, if I may.
Yeah.
Gary can come and kind of whisper to you and talk to you and scare them with the force of darkness. Do something, private with them, and like trying to just be scary in terms of like force you on, get them all in that mood, and just do that. And you yourself work for demonic possession. A little louder on the music. Everyone's gonna be real quiet in the stage, right? It might do anything. It might say anything. And it's meant for you.
That was spooky. He would stop, and in someone's ear, he would say something really demonic and twisted and sick. And he can be pretty twisted and sick, Gary. And it was really frightening because you didn't know when he was going to pop up in your face.
What is this? A cross.
He said, frighten them. which is like giving me, you know, you don't really want to do that with me.
That was one of the maddest scenes ever because Francis created out of seemingly nothing, because we hadn't resolved those problems in the scene, created all this mayhem.
I, who serve God, I, who commanded nations hundreds of years before you were born.
The armies were defeated. You tortured and impaled thousands of people.
I served the cross in vain. I was betrayed. Look what your God has done to me.
No! Cut. Good. Once again. Very good. Out of control. That's what we want.
Every day is really interesting because you don't know what's going to happen.
Just a little bit of... You got a little Marlin going in this thing. It's all right, nothing wrong with that.
I always try to do a bit to something like that.
Do a little bit of Marlin.
Yeah.
We're strong in the Lord and the power of his might. We're strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Ex umbris in lucem! Ex umbris in lucem! I bring you from shadow into light. I cast you out. Ex umbris in lucem!
God, good.
Thank you all for a very nice week. It's a wrap.
I don't know about vampires, but I believe that life is a kind of dream. I think it's an illusion. I suppose in that illusion there is room for the darker forces. My life is constantly an illusion. I'm always surprised by it.
Boo! Okay, here we go.
Ready? Blood. Cut.
Did you say cut or did you say
I
done?
said blood.
Reloading.
Dr. Perfect, he saw it coming.
Okay, now do it. Can we do it again? Or are we in trouble? I said blood.
I thought you said cut because
Yeah,
I wasn't sure when it was going to come out, and I thought they'd gone wrong.
Blood, but it's. Look, can we do it again? Can we save this? Can we save the situation? Make me look good.
Yep.